What does this mean to you? Markets expert and financial planner from Armstrong Davis, Jonathan Davis, joins me now. Good morning, Jonathan. It's a global market, as we could see there from Holly's report there. What about the wider issues for savers, for pension holders here in this country?
Well, you know, we and I'm sure many others were watching the Standard & Poor's 500, the top 500 companies index in the US, and it fell below 12,000 and closed below 1,200 last night. And I'm absolutely convinced that now we see the start of the next leg down in the stock markets globally. We've already seen, for example, the FTSE, the top 100 companies in the UK, fall from 6,700 last October to 5,200 yesterday. I'm convinced it could go as low as 4,000. That could be a 40 or 50% fall.
Right, so that's bad news if you've got a pension.
Absolutely.
Do you still stay in pensions? Do you bail out of pensions? What do you think?
Pensions are brilliant. You get tax relief on whatever you put in. You get effectively tax-free growth. You get some tax-free money at the end. You absolutely have to save into pension, because otherwise, how do you retire? However, the issue is what should be inside the pension. And at this moment in time, and for the next weeks and months, I think you should clear out of all your shareholdings, commercial property holdings, government gilt and corporate bond holdings, because those are the major, what we call asset classes that people have in their pensions, and they should just move them to cash. Contact your pension administrator, contact your financial advisor, say, I want to move to cash. And I believe people should do that today for the next few weeks.
Well, the other thing people are doing, of course, if they're not into pensions, perhaps they're into investment property in the housing market, buy to let and all that sort of thing.
Well, I smile at the word investment, because we are actually in the biggest house price crash the country has ever seen. Already, transaction prices around the country are down 15 to 20% on just a year ago. I'm quite convinced there's another couple of years to go, given the banking crisis that we clearly have. No. Don't touch property with a barge pole. You could easily say, oh, well, does that mean you should sell investment property? Well, do you know what? There are 15 properties for sale for every buyer right now. In order to sell a property, don't listen to me, listen to Sarah Beeny, who is known as a property expert. She's got property shows all over the world. She said in the papers a couple of days ago, if you want to sell a property, you have to slash the price. It's the only thing you can do.
But what about interest rates? They could be slashed.
Yes, we're expecting inflation to start falling in the next 2 or 3 months, because the big fuel rises, for example, which started a year ago, will come out of the picture. And yes, I would say that interest rates will fall to help the global economy in this crisis. But I don't actually see how that's going to help the housing market, because there's such huge negative sentiment. And also with the banking crisis, no one's lending anyway. So no, the housing market's going to keep falling for the next couple of years.
OK, thanks for the perspective. Thanks for the advice, albeit somewhat depressing. Jonathan Davis, thank you very much indeed.